Let's bring in now the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg. Mr. Secretary, great to have you with us this morning. I want to get into some of the details of the proposed plan here from you and from the Biden administration, but also want to take a step back first, because I think anecdotally a lot of us look at the roads and the bridges we drive on and say, yes, they do look like they need some updating. But now that you've had a couple of months in your position and you've sort of assessed the state of the infrastructure of the country and what needs to be done, how dire is the situation in America?
So the truth is we're in pretty tough shape. The Department of Transportation does its own assessment on what it takes to get our infrastructure into a state of good repair. And it's suggesting about $1 trillion backlog just to do the maintenance that is needed, let alone preparing for the future. You've seen the American Society of Civil Engineers. They put out these report cards, and we're getting C's and D's across the different key categories of infrastructure. But the truth is you don't need an elaborate analysis to tell you this, because, as you said, we all know this anecdotally, driving on American roads, hearing the stories about the bridges that are being taken offline or they're out of shape. If you go to a U.S. airport and then you go to an airport somewhere else, you can see that the U.S. is behind. I mean, really across the board, whether we're talking about roads and bridges, rail and transit, ports and airports, we know we've got a lot of work to do, and the American people know it, which is probably why the American Jobs Plan is so resoundingly popular, including a remarkable level of support with Republicans and independents.
When you hear the criticism from Republicans, Mitch McConnell has said there will not be a single Republican vote for this plan. It's interesting to hear them start with, we agree that we need to invest in infrastructure. We agree that our bridges and roads are crumbling. We agree that we need to turn to green jobs and create those kind of jobs in this country to stay ahead in the world. But we're not going to vote on it because of a tax hike. So what do you make of the Republican criticism of the plan?
Well, I hear two lines of opposition. One of them is the one you're describing. They're saying, hey, these things are all great. We definitely need to do them, but we don't like the way you're going to pay for them. And my question there is, okay, how would you pay for them? What do you think is the right way to pay for these things? Because you can't get something for nothing, and we've got to get it done. And remember, there's a lot of evidence that the American people support this plan even more when they hear how the president proposes to pay for it, because we're talking about corporate tax reform, where so many corporations, as you showed earlier this hour, are paying zero. And by the way, we're talking about a level, 28%. We're talking about a level that's lower than corporate taxes have been for most of my lifetime. So here we are responding to conservative concerns about debts and the deficit, making sure that this bill is fully paid for. Over 15 years, it's fully paid for. So after 15 years, the deficit is actually going down because of this bill. If they don't like that, how do they suggest we pay for it? Then there's this other line of objection that we hear that's, well, these are all good things to do, but this piece or that piece, we don't agree that that's infrastructure. There's this semantic debate that's opening up. And to me, it's a little bit beside the point. I can't imagine why somebody would say, well, yes, I'm for broadband. We should definitely have rural broadband, but I'm going to vote against it because I don't think it meets the traditional definition of infrastructure. If it's a good policy, vote for it and call it whatever you like.
Mr. Secretary, Casey Hunt's here with a question for you. Case?
Mr. Secretary, good morning. It's good to see you. You just spoke about Republicans, so I'm curious where you think things stand with Democrats. Joe Manchin says he doesn't want to raise the corporate rate above 25%. What's your response?
So I've got to call into him. I want to make sure I understand how he thinks the best way to pay for this would stack up. And look, we've got 535 members of the House and Senate with a lot of different priorities and ideas and opinions. And one thing about this president is he's the kind of leader who wants to hear what other people think. He's instructed cabinet members like me to go out and talk to senators and House members on both sides of the aisle, and we're going to keep doing that. Look, there are going to be pressures on all sides. We're hearing some folks say, wait, this is too bold. Others saying this doesn't go far enough. That's a natural part of the process. And I think the president has laid out the best way we could do this, but we're absolutely ready to hear other ideas from our party and from across the aisle.
Secretary Pete Buttigieg, great to see you. Thank you for coming on the show this morning.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.